not like ours. Ito yung naririnig kong mga salita mula sa aking mga magulang, aking lolo, lola nung ako'y bata pa. Not like ours. Para bang ibig sabihin nila, hindi yan kagaya natin, mga nilalang na kakaiba. And they used that phrase to scare the wits out of me for going to places my parents would not want me to go. Huwag kang pumunta dyan. Merong multo. Merong mumu. They are not like ours. Well, exactly it would be not like us, no? Hindi kagaya natin. And this is a version when I entered the high school seminary in our diocese. You see, when you don't want someone to join in a conversation because it may be something secret, it may be something gossipy, it may be something juicy, you don't want that person in the conversation, we were taught to use this signal sentence. Ay moros en la playa. O ayaw mong yung isang taong lumalapit dahil nakikisawsaw sa usapan, sa kwento, gusto mo yung circle mo lang ang nakakaalam, ayaw mong ipaalam sa kapwang lumalapit dahil gusto niyang sumali sa kwento, then we would use that sentence. It's in Spanish, ay moros en la playa. Kung alam ninyo yung salitang yon, wikang yon, maunawaan anong ibig sabihin. In yesterday's gospel, we hear our Lord replying to John. Lord, meron pong mga tao, may tao na nagpapalayas ng mga demonyo sa mga kinukubabawan ng masasamang espiritu. Balak naming ipahinto yung ginagawa niya, hindi sa kasama natin eh. And there our Lord replied, wag niyong pigilan yung taong yon, no? Because whoever is not against us is for us. In today's version, according to the gospel, according to Luke, we find the Lord saying the same thing, similar way of saying it. Whoever is not against you is for you. Anong ibig sabihin? Na ang grasya ng Diyos, ang gawain ng Diyos ay naglalakip. Sinasama niya, kinakabilang, sinasangkot niya lahat. God's grace, God's work are inclusive. It involves anyone. Yung hindi mo kalaban, kakampi mo. There is still room, not for one more, there is room for all. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng salitang Katoliko, Catholic, kataholos. Lumalaganap sa buong mundo. It is to be inclusive, nilalakip, no? Binibilang, sinasama, to extend one's arms even to those not like ours or not like us. Kaya napatunayan ito ng ating Panginoon. No? Ilang beses na nakikikain siya sa mga taong inaayawan ng lipunan ng mga Hudyo, mga publikano, mga maniningil ng buwis, mga tao, mga kalapati na mababa yung lipad, no? O kahit yung mga yung may kapangyarihan, mga pariseyo, mga eskriba. So our Lord was out there meeting everyone, especially to the marginalized of society. And Jesus saw this, that this is where work must be done the most. He had great impact on individuals, and they did not expect him to give his time and attention to them, that he would go out of his way to even talk to them. Why is Jesus inclusive? Yun yung naririnig nating salita sa panahon ngayon, no? Yung tinatawag na inclusivity. But Jesus' inclusivity is rather different. And why is He inclusive? Simply because the good news must be preached to all peoples in all nations. Hindi po ba yun ay ang utos ng Panginoon bago siya pumanhik sa langit? Sinabihan niya yung kanyang 11 mga apostol, humayo kayo. You go out into the whole world. You preach this good news. You see, God is like a circle where the center is nowhere. He is like a circumference where the circumference of God is everywhere. So you see, our Lord did not command His apostles to preach to the converted. Otherwise, the church would be, in the words of Pope Francis, self-referential. You don't preach to the choir. Doon sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala ng Panginoon o ng Diyos. So the gospel must literally radiate from the center to the periphery so that as it expands, it also includes. Kung lumalawak yung pananampalataya, yung simbahan, pagkakakilala ng Diyos, lahat ay binubuo na ng Diyos. No? As it expands, it also includes. So what does that mean? It means that the fullness of truth surely resides in Jesus' church. Wala nga lang tayong monopoly niyaan. Neither holiness, neither goodness. They are found in others as well. The Second Vatican Council has 16 documents, and in 4 of those documents we would understand about the race, banaag ng katotohanan, matatagpuan sa ibang mga pananampalataya, ibang mga relihiyon. Let us just listen to one document on the declaration on the relation of the church with non-Christian religions. Ang sabi doon, the church regards with reverence other religions which reflect a ray of that truth which enlightens all men, all women. Kaya napakalinaw kung ano ang sinasabi ng ating Panginoon. Our Lord calls us to religious tolerance. Alam natin, no? May mga pagkakamali. But it is a question of respect for what others believe in. Jesus calls us to religious tolerance without compromising our faith, neither changing the deposit of faith. He challenges us to integrity of life. And above all, He invites us to change, to have a new habit of thinking, to have a new way of doing, to be more discerning, and so acquire a changed outlook in life. Ito yung ating baunin, kung tayo man ay aalis na mula sa simbahang ito, babalik tayo sa ating mga pamilya, ating tanggapan. Good people try to change, improve others. Better people, they try to change or improve the system. But the best ones, they improve themselves.